thwarting their attacks. Very accurate, well-aimed artillery fire still will destroy any existing army up to today. The lead vehicle is the M5 high-speed tractor. Now, track vehicles are superior in conditions like today. Remember the French 75 caused by a civilian truck got stuck. So to overcome issues like that, the track vehicles were deployed to tall, heavy guns. This is a 155mm M1 howitzer. It's a medium gun. This is not the heavy long-arm 155. So this is a medium gun. The long-arm guns would ride on 3 axles and would be towed by a heavier M4 high-speed tractor. Following it, it's another version of our good friend, the 2.5 ton CCKW. This is a shorter version designed to tow artillery. And that piece behind our truck is a 105mm howitzer. So, howitzers have certain advantages over a flat trajectory cannon. They can engage other targets, moving targets, like such as tanks. Also elevate their barrels to a very high angle and engage in plunging fire. In fire, actions that go over tree lines, over hills, out of line of sight, and that gave howitzers much greater versatility than the flat trajectory cannon such as the 75mm French cannon that we saw earlier today. These guns, both the 155 and 105, were extremely good and modern designs. So they were used throughout the Korea into the early stages of Vietnam. On many US military bases, the 105s are still used as salute guns. So US artillery fielded other guns, like I said, that were heavier, with larger range and heavier in caliber. Guns that did not need to be broken into several loads for transportation were the 203mm howitzer version of the long tom. One of these guns can be seen in the American Experience Museum here in town, 10 miles from here. Better than two-wheel drive vehicles. The 2.5 ton truck is a tri-axle drive truck. Gettysburg, but it is equally well in the deep snow and mud of Soviet Russia, in the sands of North Africa, in the hilly rocky terrain of Italy and northwestern Europe. So, American Army fought in Europe, as you know, became one of the largest army of 16 million. And American involvement in a European campaign can be considered one of the most significant and noble deeds that any nation performed on behalf of other oppressed people. Not a single enemy combatant ever landed on US soils, but still, United States sent the cream of their society, their youngest, their brightest, to fight, to liberate others in Europe that were deprived of their freedoms, that were murdered by millions, just to restore their dignity and their freedoms. On the 280,000 Americans died, over 1 million were wounded and maimed. Those that came without physical harm were probably still not the same. The total war, psychological and physical, was enormous on the combatants. And the combatants that fought that war are still remembered as the greatest generation that ever lived. So please, I would like a loud round of applause to our heroes, the Allied armies and the Americans that sacrificed